Yeah, so.
Come. Right? First and foremost, we're going to say all praises be to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bashem,
Bashem,
Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the sincere, elect, teaching the truth and faith and sincerity, man. And basically, man, we're just gonna go like in the spirit and signs of the times that us are currently in. So if anyone has anything to say on the scriptures to bring out,
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. When thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is in this very same time wherein the highest shall begin to visit the world which he made. Alright, and this is basically going into the return of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, man, and measuring the times, measuring the prophecies that are happening throughout the four corners of the earth. Currently in the US, you have a US government shutdown. You have, President Trump, buying certain people Happy Meals and that. America's through, man. And over here you have the Brexit situation, which the brother just told us that there's basically, what's happened in the Brexit situation? They were saying how, they're basically a no deal, man. They have no trust in Theresa May. Alright? So that's another thing that's happening, man. So as you can see, the governments throughout the four corners of the earth, everything is just fucking up, man. And it says here, the high shall begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when you shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people, in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So all of these things are coming to pass because we have the earthquakes in diverse places happening throughout the four corners. There's apps you can download and they ping off whenever an earthquake occurs, man. Alright, so these things are happening, prophecies are being fulfilled, and the few prophecies that are left to come, the mark of the beast, that's going to come real soon, we believe, through the Spirit, man. And Lord willing, it comes this year. Alright, because as soon as you see that happen, and World War III and all these other things, we're in the end, man. We're pretty much there right now. Alright?
That's right. This is 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 1. And this is Paul, man, writing to the Israelites in Thessalonica, man. Alright, it says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Right? And that's how the Lord's coming back, man. Yahweh Shai is coming back with the armies of heaven, man. And that's why the scriptures speak about it's high time to wake up out of sleep. Because Jake's out here playing, man. Everyone's worried about Brexit this and Brexit that. What we're gonna do. Running around like headless chickens. When really we're in a state of mind where it's like, to be honest, we just want to get the fuck up out of here, man.
Yeah.
We can't, even Apostle Tahar was saying at the main camp, he was saying like, look, he just can't, look, there'd be certain times where he just can't wait to get the fuck up out. He could be having a good day, he could be watching the boxing match, we ain't supposed to, look, man, the scriptures speak about now is not our rest, in Micah, man, we're not in our rest right now, so you're supposed to be in the spirit of hastening the day to get up out of here. And why did Paul say you have no need that I write unto you? Because you can see, like the brother was saying, the earthquakes in diverse places. These prophecies are speaking, man. These prophecies are happening left, right, and center. So if you see these prophecies popping off, then you know that we're at the door, man. You know that Yahweh Shai is just down the road, man. He's on his way. And you gotta have faith in that, man. You gotta be, that tunnel vision, It says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord shall cometh as a thief in the night. For when they shall say peace and safety, and everyone's trying to say that, man, over in the House of Parliament, right? Everyone's they're giving off this image like they got everything together. Well, they really don't. That's why they're scavenging together. Jeremy Corbyn's going to be the next Prime Minister and all of this. They're all scavenging together to try and get things in order. But they're saying peace and safety with all of that. They're putting on the front. But really, it's pure turmoil and chaos, man. Britain has been at its most turmoil or uproar cruel point in that it has been in history, man, in a long time. You know, and why is that? Because the Lord is bringing this thing to a close, and the elites, they're forwarding their agenda. Okay, this is all about order of chaos, man. Right? You gotta understand. You gotta read between the lines.
I have a quick one.
Yeah, go on now.
This is Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. Now, when you read Psalms 49, what does the scripture say? That the end of the heart is that the house shall continue, man.
Yeah.
Right, but the scripture says, seeing his days are numbered, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he can't pass. Because what Esau doesn't understand, right, even though these elites think that, yeah, you know, they're planning this, they're planning that, he's bound by time. That's why Revelation speaks about him, you know, coming down with great wrath, because, you know, if he had but a short time, right? Because obviously these votes and Brexits and all of this, you know, and government shut down, the fucking economy being shit, all of these things are happening, right? But Esau thinks it because he's in control of it. Really, it's the Lord bringing his kingdom down.
Yeah.
Because even this Brexit thing is an example of Satan being divided against himself.
Yes,
Man.
so, yeah.
You got, you know, Britain's basically against the EU, you know, and then people in this country are against each other.
Yeah.
You know,
It's 50-50 straight down the middle.
yeah.
Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. You know, going into what the brother was saying. Hey, really, the Lord's in control, man. All right, hey, the scriptures tell you the Lord ruleth in the kingdom of men. You know, the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men. He's pulling the strings ultimately. Okay, and these guys think they got it under wraps. That's why they're saying peace and safety. That's why everyone, you know, thing is, you got the Gilets Jaunes over in fucking France, man. You know, while that's going on over in France, you got the Brexit over here. While you got that going on over here, you got the government shutdown in America, man. You know, you got what people ain't even getting paid, man. What the government workers, man.
The chefs and that, they
You
didn't
know,
turn up to work.
the chefs.
They didn't turn up to the White House to cook the meal because they ain't getting paid for it, man.
Yeah.
That
So
shows
yeah,
how through America is, man.
yeah. And what did Trump do? He ordered McDonald's for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, this shows you what time we're in, man.
You're eating some grinding food in the White House.
Come on. That's a high carb diet, man.
It's a high carb diet. All kinds of incidents being spiked.
Yeah. You know, mood swings all over the place
Mood swings.
in the White House, man. You know? And this is what I'm saying, man. This is the time that we're in. You got all these turmoils. You know, brother, you read the uproars of the people, right? In 2 Ezra 9.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, the uproars of the people. That's the time that we're in, man.
Yeah.
You know, everything's in an uproar right now.
I would
You know, the Gilets Jaunes, they're saying, look, let's overthrow the government. They're actually saying, let's overthrow the government, man.
Oh shit! In Kosovo, one of them places the other day, the fucking
Man got killed.
man, he got stabbed, man.
Oh, there you go.
He got stabbed up, bro.
Right in the heart.
Right in the heart.
He's dead, man.
Dead.
He's dead. He's gone.
Someone stabbed their own man, man.
Yeah, ran up on stage, stabbed him and dipped.
Run up on a nigga and put him in the dirt.
And the beautiful thing is, man, depending on where this goes with this whole Brexit vote thing, and whatever happens, either way, England's fucked, man. Right, what would you call it? If there's no Brexit, then like we said, the country split down the middle. It's like 52% of the electorate, those that were able to vote, right, they basically went and said, nah, we want to leave. So then if there's no, if there's no Brexit, they're going to be protesting, man. Then you're going to have, I don't know what they'd call it in England, right, the white waistcoats or something like that. But that's going to come right over here, man.
That's right. I got one. This is Luke 21:25. And there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity. Can somebody go into that word? Right?
Where are you?
Luke 21:25. Right? And there shall be signs in the sun and the moon and the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations with perplexity, and the seas and the waves roaring. Right? Now, if you go into the word perplexity, it actually gives a further understanding on what it's about and how it ties in to what's happening now. I think it's
The word
go ahead.
perplexity is aporia,
Go on.
right? And it says the state of one who is in perplexity.
Right, and now if you go into
The
the
root word.
etymology or into the root word, it gives a further understanding of it.
To have no way out, but be lost mentally.
You better read that out loud, man.
Yeah. Says so I think the one that was on the thing was G640, but the root is G639.
Yeah.
Says to have no way out, i.e., be at loss mentally, stand in doubt, be perplexed, to be without resources,
To be without what?
to be without resources,
Yeah.
to be in straits,
To be in straits.
to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn.
And that's basically what's happening with this whole
The fuck, mate.
Brexit, thing. You have people who don't know which to turn. I should have never voted out. You always hear. Even one time, I was out of town, man. I was even talking to a chick, and she was like, I did vote out, but now I think it was a mistake.
Yeah. Hey, loads of people saying that, especially on the LBC. When you listen to LBC, they don't know what the hell they've done. They have no clue whatsoever, man.
Yeah.
They made a decision and they had no, idea what it even entailed, man.
It says not to know how to decide or what to do.
Yeah.
That's basically what happened, man.
Yeah.
And guess what? When it's a time of martial law, when it's a time of the global economic crash, like even the other day on RT, man, they was basically doing a special on the economy of America, and basically the guy was basically breaking it down like, yeah, it's fucked. They basically said with every company, if your outgoings is more than your incomings, then bro, you eventually there's only so much loans which you can get, bro.
One fee.
You're gonna get to the stage you're like, bro, I can't give you no more loans, man, because you can't pay me.
Yeah.
It's just fucked. And China itself actually holds a lot of the United States debt. So let's say I borrow £1,000 of you, and you rely on me to pay you back, and I don't pay you back, I'm through and you're through.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically the United States. But their fucking economies throughout the earth,
This is Habakkuk 2:6. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. When you look up that thick clay, it's talking about debts, man. Right? And as Bob was going into, you borrowing more than you make, you're just going to be built up with debts, man.
Yeah.
Right? And rightfully so. It says, because you've got what in Sirach, when it speaks about because of riches got by deceit.
Yeah, the kingdoms have betrayed.
Exactly.
I have that here.
You got it? Hey, swear. Because it says, I'll just read this again. It says, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. Right, and that's what this devil has done. Right, he's gone, he's robbed the whole world, increasing in that which is not his.
That's right. This is Sirach chapter 10 and verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit.
Exactly. Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his.
Right. Oh, I got another one for that actually. Proverbs 12 and 3.
Riches got by deceit. Even applies to when the dollar came off the gold standard.
Yep.
Basically, countries got robbed. They're like, bro, I mean, I gave you gold, and now it's not backed by gold no more. All right, so are you gonna give me back the gold? Yeah. Like even the other day, I believe it was Australia or just China. One of them were like, all right, are we gonna get I think it was France saying, all right, can we have our gold back? And America, no. And this was, it was like, all right, can we have our gold back? And America's like, see,
the thing is,
and what it is, I mean, I have it.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
they said you gotta prove that you stabilize yourself.
Yeah.
Brother, I can stabilize myself when you pay me back.
With the gold.
With the gold. You know how ridiculous that is, bro. That's like someone yeah, asking you for £1,000. You're like, alright, cool, here.
Yeah.
So I'm stable enough to give it to you, but I'm not stable enough to get it back.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're like, alright, you know, since you're broke, yeah, when you get everything like established in the order, I'll pay you. No, you pay me and I'll be straight, man.
Wickedness, man.
That's wicked. That's riches got by deceit, man. You're taking $1 off the gold standard, robbing countries of the gold.
Yeah.
That's deceit, bruv.
Yeah.
You know? And that's how the kingdom got translated from one to another, because what really like made America hit that next level was the gold, man. Was the gold.
That's right. I got this quick.
Petrodollars, you know, eventually. Go ahead.
Proverbs 12:3, and man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved. So when we look at the whole MO, this so-called white man, he's been established by wickedness, man. That's why all of this judgment is coming down on him in these last days, because he's paying back for all this wickedness that he's done throughout all of the nations, man. But primarily for the Israelites, man, for the 12 tribes, man. You know?
That's right. I have more back in Luke. This is Luke 21 and 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking for after those things which are covered on the earth. For the powers of the heaven shall be shaken.
Yeah, I got a real quick thing to speak on that, because you spoke of in Luke 21:25 about the signs in the heavens, right? Remember, you got the coming up, you got the super blood wolf moon, man. You know, and people, this is what I'm saying, man. The Lord is showing signs, man.
Oh yeah.
And that's why you got to be watching, man. You got to be filtering everything that's happening through the scriptures. And if you're spiritual, man, and the Lord is dealing with you, you're gonna actually, filter everything through the scriptures.
Yeah.
You know, this is from the Forbes, okay, Forbes.com. It says a viewing guide for Sunday's rare super wolf blood moon, total lunar eclipse. Okay, it says this weekend half of the globe will witness a glorious super blood wolf moon. What a title, man! Super blood wolf moon, total lunar eclipse.
It's funny, yeah. I typed in, I put it like in the app, the next full moon, and look how that.
Oh, look at it! I ain't never seen that. Now I got that same app, man.
I put that on just by chance. Can you see it on the camera?
I can move it.
Yeah, man. Hey, usually the moon's all grey, all grey, all illuminated. Now, on that app, they even changed it red on the app, man.
It's coming on the 21st.
21st. Look at that, man. Oh, the 21st, Luke 21. Hey, it's coming on the 21st.
Yeah.
Hey, so the Lord is showing. Hey, the Lord is doing things, man.
Yep.
Come on, bro. You can't deny that these things are happening, man. You can't bury your head in the sand and act like these things ain't going on. The uproars of the people, earthquakes in diverse places, signs in the moon, signs in the heavens, chariot sightings.
Yeah. I was just gonna add, and that's why Matthew 13 it says, "Blessed are your eyes for you see," because you've got all of these people in the world that are seeing and we're reading that they're seeing and reading the same news we're reading. Right, they have the Reuters app, they have the BBC app, right, and yet they can't see that when they're in the end.
And it says, this is Luke 21 and 27. And then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory.
Yeah, and that's how Yahweh Shai is coming back, man. With pure power.
And spiritually, it says coming in a cloud, so it means what he's coming is a vehicle. Because now if someone says I'm coming in a car or coming in a bus, you actually coming in something that's a mode of transport.
Yahweh Shai said that's how the angel said that's how he's coming back in Acts the 1st chapter, because he got taken up into a cloud. The cloud received him out of their sight, the disciples' sight. And they said to the disciples, "Why stand you gazing into heaven?" The same way that you see him go is the same way he's coming back.
Yeah, which proves it wasn't like an actual cloud. Because what power has a cloud got to receive you? Like and as Esau has explained in research, and because you just say, well, why is it a diamond? It was just because it's just a ball of moisture. Hey, shit! Even Esau can create his own clouds. He's got cloud machines that brings rain. No, you telling me it was an actual cloud? It wasn't.
Yeah, come we ain't talking about Cupid, man. Get your head out of fucking Esau's realm, man. You know, we ain't talking about little babies just sitting there with wings with their rods out, bro.
Yeah.
You know, the Lord got taken into a ship, man. You know, the clouds are what a cloaking device, if you will, for the chariots, man.
Yeah.
You know, and that was a chariot, and Ezra saw him coming back. Ezra saw the vision.
On a great mountain.
You know, on a great mountain, like he couldn't even see the end of it, man. And you know, after the vision, he said, "Woe is me, woe is me. Who shall deliver me in those days, man?" You know, you even had Habakkuk. Even Habakkuk said in wrath, "Remember mercy."
Yeah.
Was thou angry at the rivers? Was thou angry at the trees? Come on, man. It's gonna be so devastating. So we're in a time of, hey, now is your salvation nearer than when you believed, man. You know, we're in a time of getting, just getting your act right, man. You know, stop thinking like a nigger, man. Start getting more spiritual. Hey, man, laboring in the work, man. Do the work, Do the way. Put a spirit's been on Apostle Tahar to talk about brothers that are lukewarm. Brothers got to be doing this work. And remember, the Lord says He's not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, man. So you got to have, faith in the Lord's what? Quid pro quo, this for that. You do this, the Lord's going to give you that, man.
I'm on here. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh.
Ooh.
And he spake to them the parable of she spake to them a parable. Behold, the fig tree and all the trees. When they now shoot forth, you see and know of yourself that the summer is now nigh at hand. So likewise, when you see these things to come to pass, know ye that the kingdom of God is nigh at hand. And there's countless confusions and people in distress and perplexity throughout the whole earth, man. Venezuela, America are still, going through the government shut down the gun law as well. That's a thing that's been in conversation, and countless more, man. France, here, there's countless stuff happening throughout the earth. So the scripture says when you see these signs, that's how you know, basically, that it's coming.
Got a bullet.
Somebody go there. Daniel 5 and read it from the top.
It says Mark 13:33. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. Right, and you get these people coming up. So when's he coming back? We don't know. Right, but we've been left a very good guide to know what times we're in. Right, because at the end of the day, this thing is a thing about faith. Well, I mean, it's a shame. Paul spoke about it, about being lest there be a castaway. Well, you be seeing people that have been in the street for a hot minute falling out now, when all of these things are happening, man. Right, it's one of them ones where we all gotta pray that we ain't no castaway, because we see the prophecies coming to pass. Right, we see the mark of the beast being pushed. Right, the seditions among men. Right, we see all of that stuff, and now really ain't the time, man. So watching and praying, hopefully that builds you up in the faith, and know that look, the Lord's coming back, man. Let me not put down this plow. Now's the wrong time to put it down, man.
Got a quick one, real quick. Matthew 26:41, just off the point. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation.
Can't you?
The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak.
That's right. That's right.
So like what the brother was saying, man, you can end up, look, you don't want to put the plow down, man. The scriptures speak about counting the cost. No man having put in his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom, man. The Lord's looking at you like you ain't fit for this, man. You started, Paul said what? Better is the ending of the thing than the beginning thereof, man. If you come into this, you better be willing to, you in the mob of mobs, man. Yeah. And the Lord's got them death angels out to put that hit on you, man. Right. You call yourself a made man, you put on a garment, you went out there and you started cursing at the so-called white man. You was a made man, right? But now you want to try and turn your back on the mob. Now that the Lord's got them death angels out there riding your ass, man. You entered into temptation because you weren't watching and praying. You weren't looking at the super wolf blood moon. You weren't looking at the riots of the people. You weren't looking at the gilets jaunes. You weren't looking at the government shutdown, man. What the fuck was you doing, man? You were playing games. You know, you didn't really believe. You didn't really see. You know, remember, seeing is believing. You didn't really see the end. You didn't really see Yahweh Shai coming on the chariot, man. You didn't really see him coming with the angels, man. You didn't believe. And that's why guys fall out, because they don't really believe, you know. But hey, the gospel being preached, and the gospel is good news, right? It didn't profit them not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. And that's what it is. You just didn't have the faith, man. You know, you were faking the funk, you know.
And it's funny because the Lord said you're not fit for the kingdom.
Can't.
And the Apostle Paul said that I finished my course and I fought the good fight, man.
Oh,
It's something, you know, it's a sport, man. It's a serious sport.
Contend.
You're contending. You know, it's not a joke, man. You gotta stay in pace. You gotta keep up, and you gotta finish the course, man. Or you ain't fit for the kingdom, like Yahweh said. You know.
If I can add on, Scripture says, "He that endureth unto the end."
That's right. The same.
Yeah.
The same what? The same ones that endured.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's right.
The same ones. Hey, the same ones that were needing to receive their crown in Second Ezra 2. You know, and that's a beautiful.
Yeah.
Can you see that happening, man?
Yeah.
Can you see yourself receiving a crown from Yahweh Shai?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Kingdom minded, man.
Yeah, because if
you
you
know,
can't see, you might as well give up now.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
If you can't,
You know.
hey, but if that spirit's on you, you have to pray to the Lord to boost your faith.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
Because the doors of mercy are still open. You know?
Can't.
They ain't shut until they're shut.
You can repent, man.
You can repent.
That's a beautiful point. If you feel like that, pray to the Lord. Man.
Because Apostle Gabar did a video that a couple years ago. That's just one of the heaviest videos I've ever seen in the word. He said it was on the demon of doubt. I'm sure you remember that video.
Yeah.
And it was basically saying like, look, man, at some point in this world you're gonna have doubt, and it's what you do in that moment of doubt. The Lord Himself on the cross, when He said, "Well, why hast thou forsaken me?" He had doubt, but he wasn't forsaken, you know. And he is the anointed, you know. So how much more you?
Yeah.
But then Jake, you can't use that as an excuse to say, yeah, the Lord doubted, so I'm gonna stay doubting. No, the point is, if you have doubt, you encounter in situations, you pray to the Lord to increase your faith.
Yeah.
That's why in Matthew, I believe 17, when they tried to cast him out, he said, Lord, why couldn't we cast him out? Because they had doubt. And he said, such go out by prayer and fasting, man. So, you know, hey, the doors of mercy still open. Keep going. You know, righteous man fallen 7 times.
Oh, it's just about. Oh, bad. That's a spirit.
I got that. It says 2 Ezra 16:75. Be ye not afraid, neither doubt. For the Most High is your guide, and the guide of them who keep my commandments and precepts, saith the Lord power. Let not your sins weigh you down, and let not your iniquities lift up themselves.
Yeah, so that point where it says let your sins weigh you down, what does it mean? It means you might sin, you might go off, you might not. Even, apostles even said, look, man, I'm not always in the spirit, but I pray that the Lord put the spirit upon me. Right? You know, so when it says let not your sins weigh you down, it's basically don't faint in the day of adversity. Like don't get low and then you're fuck it, I'm gonna stay there.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Hey, Apostle Gabar said sometimes you have to fight to get in the spirit.
Yeah.
You have to force yourself in the spirit.
Jude,
man.
1 and 3.
God.
Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the coming salvation, it was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that you should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints. Now, what is our faith?
I've got more on this, by the way.
What is faith? It's a gift from the Lord, but faith in what? In His word. So to earnestly contend for the faith is to earnestly contend for this word. Right? So sometimes you ain't gonna be in the spirit, man.
Yeah.
You know, but you gotta pray to the Lord to put you in the spirit.
Yeah.
You know, because if you do that, guess what? It shows you got faith. Like a person who just for 2 weeks straight, you ain't doing your videos, or if you do videos, it's like a half an hour before camp, you ain't reading, you ain't paying tithes, you ain't being brotherly, right? You ain't contending if you ain't praying. You know?
If I can add, because the scripture says in Psalms, oh how well and how good it is to be amongst brethren, right? For brethren to dwell in unity, right? Now, I'll bring that point up because the demon of doubt. What did Yahushua say to Peter? says, Satan has desired to cast you out, but I have prayed for thee. Now go and strengthen thy brethren. Right, and I believe Paul also spoke about that, about how, you know, they might be someone who's weak in faith, right, but, you know, you deal with that brother. But if you're not in the midst of brother, especially, you know, you're doubting yourself, then you're just in that, you know, you're just fighting that demon alone, right? And you gotta, you know, that's not a demon you really want to be fighting on your own, man.
But that's why you know the scripture speaks about it, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. I believe confirm goes back to with faith, you know, to basically be strengthened, man. You know, to confirm, meaning to make strong, you know, to make you firm. Really, to make you firm is to really have faith.
That's it.
You know,
and that's why it's so important to you know, talk to brothers as well. You know, because sometimes you might be thinking something in your head, and then you might speak to a brother, then he might rebuke that thought of the scripture, then you back on track.
Yeah,
it happens plenty of times.
Well, that's why the Lord got comforted by some angels.
That's it.
Look, so wait, so that's a cup for you guys. You say I could do it on my own spirit, because if the Lord had angels come down and comfort him, how much more you? No, I just got it.
Yeah,
I
you're saying
got
greater than the Lord.
You're saying greater than the Lord. You know, the Lord needed angels to come down and comfort him because he was so stressed, he was bleeding.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I could do it my own. I just got to do my videos, say shalom, pay for a coffee and go home.
Yeah.
You know?
And I've got a precept. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 9. 2 are better than 1.
That's right.
Because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth.
Exactly.
For he have not another to help him up.
Now that obviously that ain't saying just applying to a brother who just physically by himself. Because you got brothers who have one more in camps, but are still in a loop. That applies to the mentality of, look, I can do this by myself. That's I don't need anybody. You know, if you got that mentality, you go right ahead.
Hey,
go right ahead.
Spirit, you said that because I was just listening to Apostle Gabar, and he was speaking about those women, the pride of the women that say, I don't need no man. Right, and he's basically saying that, you know, that's pride. Well, where Yahweh Shah is a bridegroom, man. You know, Yahweh Shah is our husband, and you doing that, you're basically saying, I don't need no man. You're coming with that same pride.
Yeah, because the man is meant to be their Lord.
Yeah.
You know, so they're saying they don't need their Lord. We can't say that. We need Yahweh Shai, man. You know, we understand that we need Yahweh Shai. We understand that we're through without Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. And if you don't understand that, you ain't gonna make it, man.
Well, he's the only way, you know.
That's it. One way, man.
I've got another precept. This is Proverbs 24:10. If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. You know, and that's just straight to the point, man. You know, if you get caught out there, you know, all these temptations coming upon you, and you just give in to them, man. Your strength is small, man. You know, we're supposed to be building a foundation. You know, in the times that's coming with Jacob's trouble, man. Hey, you know that wind is gonna beat upon the house, man. You wanna have your house built upon a rock, man.
Yeah.
You know, you wanna have that strong foundation, and that's what we're building right now. That's why the scriptures speak about wisdom and knowledge being in the stability. You know.
Yeah, that's right, and that's why Apostle Rukar put out this always mentions just short prayer to pray. You know, strengthen mind, strong mind, right? Because basically, to be stable is being based upon the word, and really, it's not just the word. It's the Lord strengthening your mind to be strong, because wisdom that isn't applied isn't wisdom. You know, the Lord is really the one who's going to have you apply that, right? So he's the one that's going to strengthen our minds.
That's right.
You know, because really, if you go according to the flesh, to the carnal thoughts of the flesh, right? You might think about the time of trouble and bug out. I'm around down the road. You know, I'm gonna do a backflip. You know, and I'm gonna go down a sewer system and hide. You know, cool, man, cool. If you want to do that, you can.
Yeah.
I now must needs, because I've been thinking on it. What you call it? This is the book of Romans 5:15 and 4. For whatsoever things are written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. Right, so you're speaking about the time of Jacob's trouble, but and I had that before as well. If I may get that also, right. So on the point that the scripture says that Jacob shall be delivered out of the time of Jacob's trouble, right? So if you remember on the scriptures, you remember the events in the scriptures where the Lord delivered his men, looked after his men, right? That helps keep your mind at ease. Like for instance, you might be fighting a demon, but then you just think of a scripture, and all of a sudden the demon's like, oh, hey, demon, you still tell the demon to fuck off.
Which that's really the comforter.
Yeah.
That brought that thought in your head, because this word is a comforter, but the spirit that comes with this book is the comforter. Like I was shy. Said if any man shall knock, I shall come in and sup with him.
Yeah.
Meaning when you're reading, when you're studying, that's when the Lord comes down, in your presence, and opens your understanding.
Yeah.
That's the comfort, this word and the spirit that comes with it. You know, because it's like if you go according to carnal thoughts, are you finishing that?
No, I just had the quick one in Jeremiah 30:7. It says, "Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it." Right, so it's saying it's going to be same point as Daniel's 12:1, but it's going to be a time like never before. Right, it says it is even the time of Jacob's trouble. But then here's the point to remember when it comes. Right, but he shall be saved out of it. Right, yeah, exactly, shall. Right, but you got to be chosen. Right, you got to be of the elect to be saved out of it. So you just got to have faith that you're of the elect, and then as brother mentioned, it's a comfort, man.
I appreciate it. This is it's Sirach chapter 40. This is something that everyone always goes through. It says, "Great travail is created for every man, and a heavy yoke is upon the sons of Adam from the day that they go out of their mother's womb till the day that they return to the mother of all things, being the earth, death. Their imaginations of things to come and the day of death trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart." And that's something in his faith we have to pray to not have. Because the scripture says in Joshua 1:9 that the Lord is be of a good courage, because the Lord is with you wherever you go. But it says here, what does it say? Their imaginations of things to come and the day of death trouble their thoughts and cause fear of heart. From him that sitteth on the throne of glory unto him that is humbled in the earth and ashes. So everybody, even for people like in the world, right? Are troubled like in their mind of things to come. And that's something also experiencing his faith. But the thing is, that's why it says it was written for aforetime, was written for our learning, so that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures there might come hope. Because you know what might take place. You might watch a video on BBC Three about like being tortured, or you might watch a certain film that puts a certain vibration, which is good, on you, and you might, I don't know, man, I don't know, all of this stuff. But we can't be in that state, man. We can't be in that state, because if we are in that state, that means we fainted. The scripture says we'll now be changed to the lower state. Don't faint, basically.
That's right. It's a quick one, 2 Timothy 1:7. For the Most High hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind.
That's right. So it's like the time is about to come, right? What like all the things that we see happening throughout the earth is just snippets, man. Because really, the scripture says, look, a time's gonna come so great that many are gonna perish of famine. Do you know how bad the earth must get for people to perish of famine? Do you know how bad the earth must get for people to be invading each other's houses for food?
Hey, look at Venezuela.
Look at Venezuela.
It's already happening, man.
Which even over there is gonna get worse.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse.
Because remember, the scripture says people are gonna eat each other.
Yeah.
like, and which over there we saw in prisons in Venezuela of a guy, he was eating someone else's ear and the guy was alive screaming. But it's gonna get worse than that. It's bad in Venezuela, but it's gonna get worse than how it is in Venezuela. Right? That's why, look, this time is gonna be so crazy. Look how crazy this time is, yeah? The time is gonna be so mad that an angel of the Lord has to beam you out and extract you off the earth.
Yeah.
That's how bad it's gonna be. Danny was 12.
Yeah.
Right? It's that bad that a time of trouble that an angel has to stand up and fight for us. An angel. We have to be taken off the earth to just be alright, man. Or get spiritual power. To be able to fly. You know? That's why it says it's time of trouble that hasn't ever been. You know, it's 70 AD, yeah, you had big chariot sightings, but you know, this is gonna be crazy, man.
Hey, can I say something, man? You made a good point about famine, and what the scriptures made the point about famine, man. And hey, man, I don't know if any of you brothers out there have done like a water cleanse, or like even fasting, man.
Yeah.
You know, like not eating, for a couple of days or whatever, man. It's your body starts eating it itself, man, and that's some serious pain, right? So imagine niggas out there in the world, because remember the scripture says, "My servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry, man."
Yeah.
My servant shall laugh, but you shall mourn and weep. Loosely paraphrasing. So what you gotta understand is, bro, the time of famine, bro, when you're feeling that level of pain, you might as well just kill yourself, man.
Yeah.
But the scripture says in that day, death's gonna flee from men.
Yeah.
So you might just want to end it, but the Lord's just gonna torment you, man.
Yeah.
He might even have you seeing visions of cupcakes.
well,
having mirages and stuff.
Brothers laugh, but on the Day of Atonement, man, every brother experiences that. On the Day of Atonement, you might sleep and you might have a dream of drinking water, and you wake up and your mouth is very wet, and you're like, bro, did I? The dream feels so real, but it's not real. Remember, the actual Lord seeth the instructions. He might make you forget that you're going to kill yourself, just so you get burned. Every father can do anything, man.
Right. One of the things I was speaking about Karbaya earlier on, when before brothers were down there, was the fact that these people, they're gonna see hope, so they don't want to kill themselves. They don't know what we know. They'll be just there thinking maybe FEMA will come and find me and give me food, right? But we know what's gonna happen. We know the precept. We know that there ain't gonna be a happy ending for the masses of these people. We know after that is the miss-ups.
Yeah.
Go on, bro.
And even the point that the brother was speaking on famine, to actually for the scripture says, remember, the scripture doesn't say you're just gonna have famine. It says people are gonna perish with famine. To perish with famine, your body has to eat for every percentage of fat, then eat organs.
Yeah.
Now,
finally your brain
exactly
is lost to go.
Now, if you know anything about cleanses or water cleanses, there's people who do 14-day, 20 days or whatever. So, and you have people who've lived to tell the story.
Yeah.
So to be eaten, to die of famine.
It's a long process.
That's a long process. It ain't no a week, It ain't no 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's a slow death.
And then some people, it ain't no month. It can get really ugly, man. And it will
some
get.
people are fatter than others.
Some people are fatter than others.
Yeah.
So you have a lot more fat to go through, man.
Especially you supersized me's out there.
Oh man, look, man. In that time, man, everybody gonna be in full blown ketosis. Don't worry about that.
They're gonna say might be a meal, them guys. Man.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Lamentations 4:9. It says, "They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger."
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
For these pine away.
That's that ketosis, man.
Yeah.
They pine away. That's ketosis in the scriptures.
Yeah.
stricken through for the want of the fruits of the field.
Yeah, that ketosis. Yeah, you know, you're in full blown ketosis, man.
Hey, Lord might show you a fruit salad, man.
Yeah, man, sure, fruit salad.
Some mangoes, watermelon,
some cauliflower rice.
Yeah.
You know, some eggs, some avocados.
Yeah.
You know, he ain't getting shit. Some
Yeah.
stevia.
So it says, I've googled how long does it take to die of starvation, and then Wikipedia says it depends on the individual, but 8 to 12 weeks.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that's bro. So 8 weeks is 2 months, right?
Yeah.
12 weeks is 3 months.
Yeah.
So like, but then, imagine a person's just got like a constant supply of stuff that just keeps them going, just to get burned by the missiles.
Yeah. You gotta think of that. The average people in this society, you know, they're carved out. You know, they're 28 stone. You know, their belly's here, so it's gonna take them ages to die, and plus their mind is weak, and they don't have the truth.
Yeah.
That's hell.
Last week they just had McDonald's.
Yeah, that is hell, man. That's a gruesome.
I know what you mean now, because it's like you get them people who can't go 6 hours without a meal.
Yeah.
They go, I gotta eat every couple of hours. I gotta eat.
Yeah, used to snacking.
Yeah.
Throughout the day, you know. Hey, I got a quick preset. This is 2nd Ezra 16 and 21. Because this is the spirit that everyone's in right now, man. Because everything's cheap. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth. You know, victuals is like, you know, your daily bread, so to speak. Like, you know, your toilet roll, your loaves of bread, you know, all of that kind of stuff, man. That they shall think themselves to be in good case, right? So, sure, what we getting for dinner tonight? Let's get fucking lasagna in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sitting around watching Jeremy House. You know? With the bunny slippers on and a hot cocoa, you know? Yeah, you know, the daughter comes out with a dressing gown. I'm thirsty. I'm scared. Give her an orange juice. Look, in that day, man, you ain't got an orange juice for the pound. In that day, it's going to be through. You're going to have mass inflation. You know, like the brother Chicago goes into a lot. People, you know, in times of inflation in history, certain men had to agree on a price in a restaurant, man.
Yeah.
Because of hyperinflation, you had to agree with the chef owner, man, or the restaurant owner. You had to shake hands on the deal because by the time you order it, and by the time the food comes in front of you, the price of skyrocketed, man. You know, so victuals shall be super good cheap upon the earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And what time are we in? You know, we're in that time of victuals being Psalms 99, pound stretcher, you know, pound land. You know, everything's cheap right now. You know, you can get, you know, a packet of lettuce for 78p. You know, you get a bunch of apples for £1. Go down to the market, you know? What?
McDonald's Happy Meal for £2.
Yeah.
Pound saver menu.
Double cheeseburger, you know? With a bacon in it, all of that, yeah.
Strip of bacon.
You know, but even then, even when victuals are being so cheap upon the earth, everything's growing in confusion. Yeah. You know, and the confusion, what? That's that Brexit. The government shut down. No one knows where left from right. No one knows where to go, man. Yeah. You know.
It says 2 Kings 6. I'm gonna start from 24. And it came to pass after this that Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, gathered all his host and went up and besieged Samaria. And there was great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it, until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and the 4th part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. Right?
So even in them days, man, dove's dung was worth something, man. People were trying to get down on that.
Bro,
you know, you're gonna want to eat the fucking, you know, the dung off, you know, that bird shitted on your car. You're gonna be trying to eat that. Be scraping it off, heating it up, you know, mixing it with a little bit of dirty, murky water that you got. You know, mixing it, heating it up, lighting a fire. You're gonna be trying to drink it as soup, man. You know, that's the times we're coming into. And bro, like you brought out earlier, what, Romans 15:4? Yeah. The things that are written before time were written for our learning. This is for our learning, man. You know, 2/3 of our people, they take the scriptures and they're like, whatever. Yeah. You know? But this is for us, then fuck it, man.
Yeah,
fuck you guys gonna have to die,
same shall know
I was
after
just
death by
thinking
pain.
that.
Can't
Death by
yeah.
pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and we're just talking about how painful hunger is.
Oh, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You know? Go on up.
Yeah, says, and as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king. And he said, If Yahweh do not help thee, when shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor, out of the winepress, right? Says, and the king said, and
Hey, and that's another thing, man. If the Most High, if the Most High ain't with you, that's what the response was. If look, man, if the Most High ain't helping you, what do you want me to do, man? Right? The scriptures speak about trusting in the shadow of Egypt, man.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of our people, they gonna trust in FEMA, like you were saying before. You know, where's FEMA at? You know, they trust in this devil, man. You know, but he's gonna show you his horns in that day.
Yeah.
He's orchestrating the famine.
Yeah.
He's getting down with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Then them people like, damn, fuck, them GMS guys did say this man was the devil. Right, but by then it's gonna be too late, man. Right, because you quoted it earlier on, the scripture says, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. It also goes on to say they shall laugh.
Hey, well then shall they know, man, that a prophet had been among them.
Yeah.
That's it. I've got a quick one. Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation, the fear of the Lord is his treasure. Alright, so that's where it's going to be in that day. You're going to see us, you know, we're going to have that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the scriptures, man. We're going to have that faith in Yahweh Shim Shai. And that's what you guys rejected, man. You know, you guys rejected that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So, you know, in that day, you're going to be free. You're going to be dying of famine. You know, you're going to be getting shot up and killed by martial law troops. You know, you're going to be getting killed by your Edomite next door neighbor. You know, your daughter's going to be getting raped. You know, and you know it's going to be a continuous cycle of mayhem. You're going to hear being, you know, screams in the street, women getting raped. All of these things are coming to society, man, worldwide.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'll go a quick one on what you said, and brothers can also read the rest of that I was reading in Second Kings, which also goes into how they were, you know, planning to eat the child and babies, man. Right? So it's Proverbs 1:25 because he said rejected. This is because Proverbs 1:24, because I've called and ye refused, I've stretched out my hand and no man regarded. Behold, ye have said it not all my counsel. And how is the Lord doing that? Right, Lord has us, you know, old brothers, we've come to the brother's house, so, you know, put on the camera, we're doing this video so, you know, to get the rebuke, to get the exhortation, man. Right? It says, and with none of my reproof. Right? Yeah, there's a reproof, if I'm not mistaken. It says chastisement, rebuke, correction, reproof, punishment, chastisement. Right? So here it is, you know, the Lord's using his men, right, to reprove you, but what you say, what are you always banging on guys for? Right? So you don't want to hear any of it, right? It says, and then it says, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Right? And that's what people will hear or say, you know, laugh when someone dies, or give a round, you know, every now and then you will see Apostle Tahar, he would tell a story, such and such happened, and be like, keep the Most High hand, man. You know, for instance, you know, different instances. We're going to be doing that in that day, man. Right? It says, I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. Hey, we might be like, for instance, when the crane in Mecca, we were mocking. Right? We was like, where was Allah? Ha! You know, why? That's going to keep on happening, man. Right? So,
Allah was in his break, bro.
oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, it says, when your fear cometh as desolation, right, as your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, right, and whirlwinds come fast, man, right, they devastate. Yeah.
Turn your house upside down.
Yeah.
You know,
Spin you around.
Bro, a whirlwind, that's devastating, man. Right, it says, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, right, then shall they call upon me. Oh, what's that name? It's you know, then they might actually know the name. You get them scoffers that will watch every video.
Lord, you know, I mean, I don't really pray to you.
Yeah,
But like that same prayer that 2/3 do in prison.
Yeah.
Hey God.
yeah. Hey,
You know, if you
I know
straighten
it's
this
been
out,
a
if you
I know
straighten
it's
this.
been
I promise you that
yeah,
you know.
yeah. As soon as I get out, I promise.
You know, I promise. Cool, man.
Hey, but that's why the scriptures say, though they draw near me
Yeah.
with their mouth, yet their heart is far from me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you can know the name of the Lord. You know, because you walk past the camp, you hear us saying, but you're still a dirty nigga. You know, you still ain't gonna make it.
Dirty, grimy prick.
Yeah. And many shall say, Lord, Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says, when your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you, then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me. Right? And then now this goes into starts sounding like 2nd Ezra 8 and 9 this bit, right? It says, for they that hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord, right? Because the scripture says in 2nd Ezra 8:55, it says, when they yet had liberty, right? Because the Lord is justified in killing these niggas. Right, more times, like friends, you get guys that walk past, and the thing is, they may not laugh when they're right in front of the camp, right? And this is talking about these heathens and Jake, right? But if you let's say you might be coming from toilet or whatever, and then you hear them laughing as they're walking past the camp, or just before they get to the camp, and they think it's cool, right? But the Lord is going to be justified in killing every single person He's going to kill in the time to come, man.
Hey, well, that's what the scripture says. Every idle word that a man shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment.
Yeah.
It's just judgment.
Yeah.
You know, and it's gonna your judgment on you is gonna be weighed by your actions.
Exactly.
You know, and by your
it goes
word.
to say this. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Right? It says, they were none of my counsel. They despised all my reproof. Therefore shall they eat of the fruit of their own way.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
which means they basically gonna get judgment for talking shit.
Yeah.
Now I was just trying to find some information on 70 AD, man. You had a fortress called Masada, right? And I have it in this book somewhere, but I can't find it. But basically, it was basically a big like fortress. It was in you know, you couldn't penetrate it. Had a good vantage point. Well, you know what happened? Rome's army just surrounded it. They stopped it. Besieged them. They said like they stopped the food supply, influx of foods, and just waited till Jake started himself out. That's basically the martial law. And Jake basically ate their belts, right? And then after, when it got so bad, there was nothing available. They basically did a suicide pact and jumped off. You know. Now, during the process of 70 AD, or there was a famine in the scriptures or something that was so bad. There was no leaf on a tree left. Like you go into the town, you won't see any leaf on the tree left because people were eating the leaves, man. You know people talk shit about grow grass. Guess what happened? You gonna be eating grass with fuck shit. Man.
You gonna be a herbivore.
And hey, you know, saying it's and people these days don't even know what to eat, man. They'll go to a tree, pick it's red, and then they drop dead. Yeah, exactly.
Toxic.
Yeah, because you have certain types of berries that God uses poison. They'll put it on the tip of their spit. You know, you fuck you up, man.
Even frogs, man.
Frogs, you got some frogs that you touch, you that's it.
Dead.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
If you finish it, you're done.
Yeah.
You know, and more side out there.
He's out there.
You know, a quick one, unless you had more.
Yeah, there's more, but I mean, you know.
But if you have a frog that can kill you, that's how you know frogs are unlawful, bro. Like, bro, I ain't come across a chicken that's unlawful, bro. You fry it up.
Yeah, I didn't want to go there, but it's but seeing was a going there about all of these things. Well, so what? So we can eat all meats, right? So why can't we eat all vegetation?
Yeah.
Because some, like you said, some vegetation can kill you, man. Right? But also the beauty of the Lord is you get animals that Esau will say instinctively, know not to eat certain berries, man.
Yeah,
know
yeah,
not to eat certain fruits because you know we're gonna die
Yeah. Or programmed to eat certain things
when they're ill.
when they're sick.
Yeah.
Like for example, chickens. You know Scotch bonnet and like hot peppers. Chickens can eat like as cornflakes because the Heavenly Father put a program in their tongue receptors to not feel heat. So there's some restaurants out there that just feed them Scotch bonnets and hot peppers so that the taste goes into the meat, bro. But then it's just coincidence. So,
Damn, that's hey, you get some fishes, man. I remember it was in one of them Blue Planet where you get this fish and it lives on something that kills everyone else. Everything else that touches this thing dies.
The coral in it.
Yeah.
It's like they both had to exist at the same time.
Exactly.
Because if the fish had to evolve to not die, then how can it evolve? Because it would have killed it from the jump. But they were both created. You know?
Exactly.
That's the power of the Lord. But basically the point was that the Most High controls all, man.
That's right.
The Most High controls all, and this time is coming. So the Most High is gonna final destination is gonna be real.
Oh
bro.
yeah.
You know, final destination.
yeah.
Oh no, yeah. You might try and go on you might try and do backflip, jump onto the car, slide, all of that, and you're gonna run into a death, man.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Hosea chapter 5 and 15. It says, I will go and return unto my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early.
That's it.
And when you go into that word early, it means diligently.
That's it.
So what you got to understand is that what the brother brought out in Proverbs 1, hey, when your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, man, yeah. That's wow,
God, please, God.
God.
Yeah. God.
Hey, so you see the videos when paradise was burning.
I was just thinking that. Oh God. Shit. The death angels were playing with her because they showed her the light at the end of the tunnel, man. But it was a fire.
Pure destruction out there.
Bro, that was hell. That was planet hell, man.
Calm, bro.
That was planet hell, bro.
Yeah, planet hell.
Shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, this shit was all on fire, man. Tires were bursting.
Oh yeah, even there was a bitch who died, yeah, because the husband was like, "Yo, man, that's dip." She said, "I'm doing my makeup."
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, she died,
that's
man.
that story. Yeah.
So you get, man.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Hey, now this girl's truly on point, man. Hot for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. That one looked hot. I guarantee you was looking hot, man.
Yeah.
Foundation. This is the foundation of Earth.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that foundation?
Exactly.
Yeah, she's back to the foundation.
And that is 2/3 of our people right now.
Oh yeah.
Literally, we're like, yo, man, the fuck? And they're like, nigga, man, please.
Wait, I'm brushing my teeth. It's like you got martial law troops outside, Jake. I got ties in my shoelace from Jordan.
Yeah. What's the name of that term again? There's a term for it. Apostle Tahar goes into it about being people are in that state where all hell's breaking loose. When it comes to me, I'm gonna have to look it up now.
Anyway, it's like what we was going into at camp about blowing the alarm. Grenfell Tower, I'm sure a lot of alarms were going off.
Oh, a lot of alarms were going off.
But Jake's out there hitting the snooze button, man. We're telling you there's a fire in your house. This is an analogy that Apostle Tahar you. Hey, we're telling you there's a fire. Hey, you ain't taking heed onto it, man.
Oh man, that's what happened. Actually happened at Grenfell Tower. There was certain stories of like there was a guy like, yo, there's a fire going on, and people moving shook. Oh, I mean, let's just wait for the
authorities.
The authorities. Then they were trying to deal with this, and then one Jake after a while was like, look, man, I'm going. The Jake escaped, and he said there was like 5 different families in his yard. Yeah. And they all died. Yeah. He escaped, and we personally met a fireman. He was at Grenfell Tower, and you remember the official toll was like 500 or something. or something like that. Or
No, the official was 73. The official.
Oh, the official was 73. But the fireman looked in the eyes and was like, look, bro.
He nearly broke down in tears.
He broke down in tears. It's like, look, bro. I can't tell you everything, but what they're saying about some 76, mate, that's not even it.
It's a much higher.
Yeah, he said, I can't tell you, but it was bad. It was bad.
And that was spiritual that we
People
bumped into
tripping.
that guy, man.
Yeah. And it was after, like, what, a month after it happened?
Yeah. That
And
guy was sincere.
And he was sincere, and then I also had to comfort him, like, hey, you're right, man, you know, because he was fucked. He was fucked up in the spirit. And you probably got guys who have topped themselves over again through time, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, topped themselves completely, man. Go ahead.
Precept. This is Sirach 39 and 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance.
Oh, mate.
Which in their fury lay on sore strokes.
Oh, well, it's in their fury lane sore strokes, man. Even that, there's been past fires where the fire has crossed the road, man. Yeah. That's the angel just walking across, man. You know,
Yeah.
walk across the road, man.
Fire nados.
Yeah, fire nados. That's hell. That is hell, man. How it's a tornado. Yeah, I seen it. You see a tornado going on, a fire happening, and the wind hits it. Then it's like, bro, that's them angels, man.
That's right.
Hey, we seen Grenfell Tower. You know, you drive past it.
Bro.
That you know them death angels are all up in there, man. Just by driving past it, you see the dark countenance.
Yeah. Man, them death angels they're
still there, man.
playing cards, man.
Yeah.
Oh, what? I'm gonna do this, you know. And whoa, like you even had a video of that a bitch who was Muslim. Oh, she was saying all the psalms, and then she's there. I think she burned or she jumped. Yeah. She was at the highest room. Yeah, you see her last video. She posted it on Facebook before she died. You know, all this, and she died, man. What's the alarm, man?
Yeah, where was he at?
You're probably in the toilet.
Toilet break.
Hey, private joke.
Hey, but you know what? It's the thing with that Grenfell is the borough it happened in, man. Because you go to them, the rich, you know,
it's one of the most, if not the richest, bro.
Yeah, because bro, just down the road you've got them £60 million houses, literally, and you look straight from the £60 million house to a burnt out building, man. That's the only reason they covered it, man.
Look at that view.
Yeah, that's the only reason and it's right next to Westfield in Shepherd's Bush.
Yeah, it is. Right, yeah.
But you know what? Time seems to he wounds, man. Because who gives a fuck about Grenfell Tower now?
No one.
When it was going on, you had these Jake rappers. Yeah, man. I'm gonna go, buy like 500 bottles of water, but really it's worth like £20 because they're going from Costco. And they're like, man, Grenfell Tower, man.
You got guys actually saying they were there, trying to claim compensation that weren't even there.
And actually got caught.
Yeah, she got caught and locked up, man.
But then you had some that they didn't. And Grenfell Tower was so bad. Remember you had that Jake who video recorded a dead body and put it online, and he got sent to jail because of that. And then on that video in particular, it was literally a dead body in the middle of the flat, and there was no authorities around. And that was on a small scale. Scripture says the dead shall be cast out as dung.
That's right.
You know, it's gonna be like a shit on the side of the road that ain't buried. It's just gonna be left there.
Everyone just steps over.
Yeah, you might see a primary school teacher just dead. You might just look, man. I gotta keep moving, man.
Yeah, you don't like you're saying. You don't pick up other dogs' dung. Like if it's like hey, my dog, you step over it and you keep it moving.
You know, or you might see a scoffer. His head blown out.
You got a quick precept.
Alright.
This is Sirach.
Go and get a couple precepts and close up.
Sirach 11 and 25.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying about time healing all wounds. In a day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction.
Oh man, that is fact. Like you know the tooth finally I'm out the hood, you know. He finally makes out the hood. You know. He ain't thinking about no one. That's why Jake say you forget. Don't forget where you came from.
But trying to store that before you leave.
Don't forget where you came from. Jake gets money, boy. Like Kodak. I'm currently in a suburbs. You know, that's what happens, man.
Yeah, white neighbors.
And now I have white neighbors.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
but then
And in a day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity.
look, man, when I'm marching on a troop, going in the headlock,
Yeah.
you're tumbling on the
Yeah,
ground.
that bicycle boot on your
The,
neck.
the boot just on your neck, you know.
Dirty print.
His quads are all
Yeah,
tense,
them big rubber leather boots.
rubber level boots,
All up in your chin and that.
you know.
What you gonna do, man?
You know, you're all there wearing a Gucci shirt, but it's ripped now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, 300-pound Gucci shirt, but you're
Yeah.
on the floor.
Yeah.
With a troop on your neck.
With a troop on your neck.
Or in a cage in a concentration
In
camp.
a cage. No, yeah, man. In a cage wearing expensive clothes, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know.
Yes, some Jordans.
Some Jordans in a cage, bro.
Yeah, it was scuffed up.
You know, scruffing up,
You got dragged to the cage.
got dressed in a
Yeah.
cage.
hey, you're pissed not because you're in the cave. My nigga scratch my Jordans.
Yeah.
That nigga's got a hold on his Yeezys.
You gotta go hold it, yeah. You know? So that's what happens, man.
Yeah.
Well, so you're doing good. So that's why the kingdom's gonna be great. Because when we do good, man, you know, at times for time, you actually might come across a slave who's a manager. You know,
Just punch him in the face.
punch him in his face and
You
keep
know.
moving.
You're gonna be doing a lot of that.
You're gonna be doing a lot of
I'm
that.
gonna punch a lot of you Edomites in the face,
Man,
in the kingdom.
man, I'm gonna tie you eating myself like this. I'm gonna get your stomach, man. I'm gonna give you a body.
Them liver shots.
Yeah, it's in the same spot.
I'm gonna
all
put
the
my
time.
whole body in it.
Yeah. In the same exact spot.
Same
You know?
spot.
So it gets soft and then it crumbles and your hand goes through
Yeah,
eventually.
yeah.
You guys gonna be getting terrorized.
Yeah.
For real. You Edomites gonna be getting terrorized in the kingdom, man.
In the kingdom.
You know? In the kingdom, man.
Yeah,
When
we're
the
gonna,
Lord comes back.
When the Lord comes back.
just to put that out.
Just to put it out.
We're gonna trip you up, man.
Yeah,
For fun.
Yeah,
Literally, man. I'm a leg sweep you, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, let your jaw hit the floor. I'm gonna do some stuff. Then I'm gonna people's elbow you, man. I'm gonna do it in front of brothers. You know, hey man, we're coming in. Look, man, Thine heart shall meditate terror, man.
In the kingdom, I'm a skin eater, man.
I'm gonna take my shirt
I'm gonna
off.
take my shirt off. I'm a skin man. I'm a skin eater, man.
Yeah, because that's what they done to Nat Turner, man.
Yeah.
You know, they skinned him.
And cut his rod and put it in a jar.
Yeah.
Hey, the shit they did to Jake, man, in slavery.
Oh shit! Now, and now someone like, oh well, why are you saying about Edomites? Yeah, well, did you know in slavery?
History.
Sorry.
They say they don't know their history, man.
For example, in slavery, there was an account, right, that the British actually discovered a slave ship, because this was after slavery apparently got abolished. This is actually like in the the early 1800s, right? And the ship was discovered, right? And when they went on the ship, when they interviewed the slaves, or whatever, you had some slaves that was so distressed. You know what it was saying? The same, bruv. There was a guy on the ship, yeah. Then they cooked him, and we ate him, served with a side of rice. And the captain of the ship put out his heart alive and ate it. Like, that's what they was doing to us in slavery, man. That was in the 1800s, and in the 1800s ain't too long ago, bruv. That was what's going on. Now, we ain't gonna do that, but who's to say we can't feed you to a line, man? You know?
Oh, there's gonna be a lot of that.
You know, stuff gonna be happening to you, man.
Yeah, 'cause
Hey,
it's
go on, bro.
I was just saying there's certain things that Esau did to us that we can't do to him.
Yeah.
So we gonna have to get creative.
Whoa.
be
We
no
just like
problem in
we
that.
gonna get creative.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Look, we gonna have the spiritual bodies, man.
Yeah.
We might just tie you up to a
And at the back of the just married
yeah.
card.
You might give it a wholesome, like unlimited speed and strength.
Yeah, that's a nasty way to go, man. The thing is, that's another thing. They did that to Jake. They actually did that to a Jake in one of them states, like maybe 6-7 years ago, like maybe up to 10 years ago.
Oh, right, they did, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
Right,
they put his
They tied a rope around him.
yeah.
They tied him to drove the car.
Yeah, and his body
through.
his shit popped off
Yeah,
it.
you know.
That's what we're gonna do to you guys, but worse, man. You know what I'm gonna do to you Edomites as well, man. I'm gonna put you in a pit of leeches, man. Suck your blood out till you die, bro.
Yeah.
We're going to get creative,
All
man.
kinds of drop you on the sun, preserve your spirit, just leave you on the sun, burning, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, put you on Pluto.
There's a book, 100 Years of Lynchings.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, man,
I was thinking
Jake,
of that.
Jake,
Spirit.
Come on, hey, Jake was getting burnt alive, man.
Oh, yeah.
Literally getting hung and burnt alive. And you had them little cracker children. They were adding leaves to the fire. You know, after the ceremony was done of the burning of Jake.
Wow.
You know, little crackers will come up to the fire as it was going out and put more leaves in to keep the fire burning.
So whether they're old or young, yeah, you now get spared, you know, because remember some of these things was postcards, man. Even Black Wall Street, you had Edomites come out of retirement, you know. Even do you know how you got that picture of that Jake who was tied to a cross burning with just he's got a white like a loincloth around him, right? You know how that happened? I think it was after a Jake did something or a Jake got accused of raping a white woman. You had the whole town fucking up, bro. They cut off his rod, they cut off his foot, they burned him alive, they whipped him. You know, and I think when he was burning, they was giving him water so he still stays alive, so they can burn longer, bro. And we're supposed to have mercy upon you. Yeah. That's why it's good that your kingdom is going down. Right. And when your kingdom goes down, you're gonna get destroyed. No, sorry, you're gonna have 1,000 long years of slavery, right? Then get destroyed. And you know what I'm gonna personally do to you, Edomites? I'm gonna change your sense of time, man. A second will feel like a day in the kingdom. That's how it's gonna be. A second gonna feel like a day. A year will feel like 1,000 years, bro.
Present Isaiah 33:18. Thine heart shall meditate terror.
Yeah, so in the kingdom, that's when we're going spiritually, through spiritual power, terrorize you. God. That's what the scripture said. That's not something we said. That's what did that Bible say?
It says, thine heart shall meditate terror.
And that basically just means destruction, which that destruction is going to come in the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
But now we wait upon the Lord. The scripture says, wait ye upon me till I rise upon the prey. That's why when Peter chopped off Malchus's ear, or whoever is a servant or whatever, the servant of the high priest, right? He took his ear and put it on him, spiritual power, and said, put down the sword. You know, he that lived by his sword shall die by his sword. Yeah. So the actual Lord stopped Peter from killing a person, man. So that's how we know that the power we serve isn't about going out and starting shit. Yeah. Right? The time that's gonna come is when we're endowed with that power. Look, man, when that time comes and the truth is in front of your face, and you start to have to fly, that's when you're gonna know. Or you're in a cage and you power up with the aura. Oh, that's when all bets are off. Yeah. Oh no, you can't. I gotta wait. Well, it's there. The time is in front of you.
Yeah. Fulfilled.
All that's gonna happen is to praise. This is all happening to magnify the name of Yahweh.
That's right. That's right.
I have the scripture.
That's right. We're gonna end on that.
James 2:13. For he shall have judgment without mercy, that have showed no mercy, and mercy rejoiceth against judgment, man. So you're gonna have judgment without mercy in that day, man, in the kingdom. You know, everything that happens to you is gonna be fully, rewarded to you, man, and it's gonna be guaranteed and deserved, man, for all the wickedness that you've done. You know, scriptures also say, reward her double, she rewarded you. You know, so that's exactly what's gonna happen. And we're gonna be getting creative with the judgment. You're gonna go through some hell, man. 1,000 years of excruciating, stomach girdling hell, for what you've done unto our people, and it's gonna be deserved. And then, pursuant to the book of Obadiah, you're gonna be done away with, man.
That's it. That's it. When it's your just due judgment. There's a scripture that basically speaks of that which he had imagined shall come upon him. So your own intentions of destroying Jake is gonna actually turn upon your own head.
was it Apostle Gabar, one of the apostles, it escapes me, who was basically speaking on Purim, Apostle Aramla. You know, breaking it down, all this, all what, what was that guy's name? Haman, the Agagite. All what Haman had envisioned to do to Israel was done unto him. Not to Israel, but all he had, basically, Apostle made likening.
Well, really, it was the Jews fight the empire. Well,
hang them in the gallows.
And scriptures in Psalms speak about how, roughly paraphrasing, how they've fallen in the ditch that they've dug. Roughly paraphrasing.
And that's what's gonna happen, man. This is gonna happen to you, and that's why it's good. See, Esau's a 5-time loser, man. Your kingdom's going down, right? Then you gonna go into slavery. Then you ain't gonna have a land in the kingdom.
My brother, Elder Rakayo Kwame, started the video saying Brexit, the end is coming. Literally as you said it.
That's the spirit.
Hey, Shalom, Elder.
Shalom. So his kingdom's going down. Then you're gonna be in slavery for 1,000 years. Then whilst you're in slavery, you ain't gonna have a land. And we're gonna take all your prettiest fine chicks. Then you're gonna be destroyed. And you ain't ever gonna be a nation again. You're a loser, man. Esau, you're a big loser. You're just the biggest loser. You know Sky what? Biggest loser. That's you, man. You're the biggest loser, man. You bitch. Ha. Ha.
Hey man, the brothers have just been discussing this whole Brexit thing while we've been on air, man. And they basically been saying, look, man, we win no matter what.
That's right.
You know, and this is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. We're in the times, right? You know, we should cheer, man. But believe scripture speak about, be of good cheer, man. Right? Because we're in that time when, look, man.
Lift up your head. That's what the scripture says. For
redemption,
And this Brexit thing is another example. Right, it's another example, and it's so
prophecy, isn't it? You know.
That's right.
That's
right.
Hey, that's the spirit of prophecy, man. The testimony of our Lord, man. The spirit of prophecy. When you see these things come to pass, you're supposed. Like Apostle Kabal always quotes the Matrix scene. It's a very exciting time.
Exactly.
We're in exciting times, man. You know?
And the thing is, you look for that clip on YouTube, you find the brother's video. I've done it before. I was just at work, and Ted was, oh shit, had to scroll past it, man. Right, but this is exciting times, and Lord's will. This is the year that of our Lord. Lord's will, we can get the hell out of there, man.
Year of Karagma, man.
Yep.
Don't forget year of Karagma 2019, man. That's pretty much the year of the mark. The year of the chip, basically, and the chip's been out, but they're going, they're going to push it hot and heavy. They were pushing it hot and heavy toward the end of 2018. How much more heavier do you think they're going to go now?
Exactly.
Because he knoweth that he have but a short time, Revelation 12:12, man. So our redemption is drawing nigh, man, and we know it, and that's a great thing, and we're supposed to hasten towards that. We're in the spirit of chillaxing and relaxing and, resting in this place, man. We don't want to fucking rest there, man. We want to get out, man.
We can't rest.
Well, we can't.
We can't.
That's right. All right, man. With that, we're going to say, all praises be
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai,
Ba'ashem, Rakakudash. Shalom. Stay up.